Hi and welcome to this presentation for a very unique vehicle. This is of course the Jeep Commander 4.7 litre V8, but it's in the, well, to say rare is a bit of an understatement. Jeep never actually did an SRT8 version of the Commander, but in terms of looks, aesthetics and sheer menace, this particular example I think really does tick the boxes. An auto-emotional prepared car, so of course you know our trademarks now, the gloss black front grille, black wheels and red calipers. We've added a little highlight here with the Commander strip on the side being in the gloss red as well, and badges, and the new generation of matte black paint that we're using also complements this vehicle completely. We've left the car running so that I can talk you through all the ancillaries. You can hear the AC radiator kicking in there, and it's ice cold AC in this vehicle, with zones for not only the front two passengers individual as well as for the rear occupants, because this is of course the 7-seater version. That chrome plinth on the bottom of the vehicle, again just highlighting and balancing all the lovely touches this vehicle's got, from the matte black Jeep logos to the SRT8. Lines on the car are absolutely stunning, as you can see. It really does stand out from any vehicle that you stand next to. Lots of people have had their heads turned towards this car as they're wondering what an SRT8 Commander is actually all about. Bridgestone tyres, as you can see there, wrapping those gloss black wheels and red calipers popping through. Beautiful vehicle with a host of toys on the inside. Electric memory seats, windows, and we're going to be going through all the toys as we always do. The Boston acoustics on this particular car, electric leather seats throughout. This really is a top of the range vehicle. The nice thing about it, of course, if you have a family, is that it's going to provide absolutely all the space you could possibly want, and very simple to utilize. You'll notice when I pull this handle that rear headrest actually just pops itself and drops down. These of course double fold, and you've got the full size seats for two adults in the rear as well, with the proper lap belts, not the the proper pull across belts as opposed to the lap belts. And there you can see the headrest is still down. When the seat locks into place, you can pop it, and these seats are three-way folding, not just the 60-40 split that you tend to get on lesser vehicles. You've got the option of attaching a roof rack on this particular car, and from any angle it's busy with all the signs and livery and logos, and it really does make for a great car. You've got that Jeep tow hook there, immense amount of torque on this vehicle, so not an issue if you want to be pulling a boat or a trailer. Of course, it's got the reversing camera that's attached to the double DIN sat nav that has been upgraded, and of course it's an auto-emotional vehicle, being number 356. Just had a fresh set of tints, and this is actually a bit creaky purely because it hardly ever gets used, this rear tail hatch, as you can see from the condition of the seats, and you'll hear what I mean in a second. So you have the option of just popping open the glass in case you have any little bits and bobs that you need from the boot, but you don't need to open the whole boot. And if you do need to open the whole boot, as mentioned, a tad creaky there, purely from lack of use, to be honest, which is actually a good thing of course for its new owner. You can simply pull this latch down, and of course again see the headrest will just drop down automatically and the seat falls into place. A really nice feature of this car is that you don't have to adjust that, yet when the headrest is in place it gives you proper security for your rear occupants. And there you see the auxiliary heating for the rear passengers as well as the power point. This covers the original tools, all of which are in place. And again, to raise the seat, simply pull it up. It really is that simple. And the three-way folding, as you can see there, all the internal lights have been upgraded to LEDs, as has even the rear number plate lights. Don't worry, we'll give that a lick of WD-40 to stop that creak coming through. Just a very aggressive looking vehicle from any angle, yet sublime quiet driving in this car. It really is a nice vehicle to pilot, I think is the correct word. And as you can see there, it's got a lot of toys to go through as well, so let's get on with that. Again, electric seats even for the passenger, all fully working, of course, make no mistake, fire extinguisher in place as well. This SRT8 homage is in fabulous order. Jumping into the car, you are cosseted by a great binnacle with just 126,000 kilometers, all of which is in fabulous condition. As you can see, that beautiful 4.7 litre V8 engine just free revving and actually moving the vehicle as you sit in it. Automatic for the front driver and passenger. Electric windows, tinted, that gives you an idea of the level of tinting. And you've also got the electric mirrors, that being the drivers, that being the passengers, and they are in fact folding as well. So really handy for parking and for getting in and out of tight spaces. You've also got the memory seats there, and of course the Boston acoustics, cruise control, which works absolutely perfectly on the car. So lovely driving capabilities. Adjustable steering column off this little toggle switch there. Lights, fog lights, wipers, etc, etc. You've also got this upgraded system which will allow for lots of toys, being navigation, radio, DVD, Bluetooth. You can even include a TV, auxiliary, iPod, USB, SD card reader setup. You can change the wallpapers. Mashallah, it's even telling you which way you can pray. And you've also got internet connection on this with the applicable 3G dongle, and of course that GPS is very handy. The light's completely blaring on it, so I think it's kind of ghosted out for you guys there. Another feature is if I put it into reverse, you'll see that the reversing camera has popped up. Again, it's in fact what I will do is just reverse the vehicle in this car park so that the lights on it a tad less. Hopefully we've just got such a glorious day here in the beautiful UAE, in Dubai, that we're spoilt. And you also have the option of choosing either Garmin or the iGo software, and all of that is also controlled by the buttons on the rear of the steering wheel. That's for the volume and that's for the mode, so you can change from video to sat-nav to radio to CD, and you can also change tracks and radio stations. Absolutely everything works. You'll see the volume increase as I increase the volume on the back of the steering wheel. Of course, the applicable SRT8 badges and that Auto Marshall 356 logo. You've then got lots of toys and gubbins and gizmos letting you know about trip computers and setting up menus. You can also switch on the rear heating and cooling controls, individual climate control for both the front driver and passenger, airbags of course galore, recycling air and ice cold AC, which of course you can't feel but you certainly can here. And that Jeep gearbox, which is super smooth, not only gives you huge amount of torque, but it's also has the ability to drive it into manual. So as you can see there, it's switching down, and you can even take off in 5th gear on this vehicle rather incredibly because of the amount of torque. And also another thing that is very handy to mention is the Quadra Drive 2, which actually transfers power to any wheel that has traction. So it's something that perhaps if you're interested in the vehicle, you should look up, and you will be able to see what capabilities this monster 7-seater vehicle has. So we are envisaging that whomsoever is lucky enough to own this vehicle is going to be the first person to come and have a look at it. It's a absolutely stunning Jeep Commander SRT8 homage in black metallic with the gloss black wheels, red calipers, colour coordinated with the matte black accents, SRT8 badges throughout, upgraded LEDs, double DIN, sat nav with Bluetooth, DVD, reversing camera, radio, CD, MP3 capabilities, user manual, full electric, memory, 7-seater vehicle with ice cold AC and cruise control. That 4.7 litre V8 is just raring to go. It's an absolute pleasure to be driving this vehicle and to sell it. We look forward to any inquiries or requests for test drives that its next potential and very lucky owner is going to have on this unique vehicle, presented exclusively to you, ladies and gentlemen, by Auto Emotional.